with Mortal Sportsman. I am your man, BJFF.
I'm your boy Johnny fucking Anchors. How we doing tonight, kids?
Here's my guy.
Cheers.
All right,
Mm.
it is week 2 of the NFL season. We are going to do 32 teams, what we think so far. Some of them are going to be
32 teams, 32 minutes.
Yeah, you say that, but some of them are going to take 3 seconds. Some of them are going to take 10 minutes. So
I
we're going
got
to,
30 seconds for them all, baby.
I'm sure you do because you got fucking time. Evidently, I don't know. So we're going to do the NFL recap for week 2 and who's going to the bowl because that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah,
Who's
pretty
going
much.
to the
Who's
bowl?
who's great, who's bad, who's in the bubble.
We're going to talk about the complete and utter farce of the Sphere UFC. That'll be coming up. And
Yep.
to wrap it up, we are going to get the Johnny Anchors recap on college football.
College foods, baby. Bobby
Bet,
Boucher's mama.
betting on children.
I love betting on kids. It's my favorite thing about gambling is betting on kids playing games. It's fucking great.
So with week 2 coming to a close rather shortly tomorrow evening.
Yep.
Uh, I guess let's start with who do you think is the number one standout in the league right now?
Um.
And we'll
hmm.
and then we'll take that team and we'll just branch off from there.
Okay, that's a good idea. So we'll think of this here. We'll do then my idea is the 32 minutes, 32 teams. It's not realistic, obviously. It's a joke. It's almost like it's a farce. Like many teams out there. Like the Dallas Cowboys. I think I think we'll start with the Dallas Cowboys because they are the team that you could always count on having this realistic expectation one week, and then the following week just make you think, what the hell is going on? So the way I think of this is 32 teams, 32 minutes. We spend a minute on the teams we don't care to talk about, and we get 5 good minutes on one team from each conference. Each. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
And if anybody
So
wants to join in, we are in live chat.
yes,
And we also did send this link out to a bunch of our buddies.
the
So
D-Gens.
if they if they
Shout
just
out D-Gens.
if they just pop in, it'll be fun.
Rebirth of the word is on there.
Really.
All right, so I guess we could start with the Dallas Cowboys. I do not need to take 5 minutes to Dallas Cowboys. They are full of fucking shit. Dak Prescott has to have perfect conditions to be a good QB. CD Lamb is great. Other than that, overrated, poorly coached, not going to be a good football team. You called that too. You thought they were going to have another bad year.
The only way. So that your 30 seconds.
That was my 30 seconds.
Let's keep this professional. My
Yep.
30 seconds is they need to commit to Ezekiel Elliott. They
Ooh,
won
the fat man.
They won with him before. They need to commit to the run. I'm sorry, and I know that this entire league is fucking West Coast offense, need a long ball, but Dallas has never been that. Dak can't do that. So you need to commit to the run. Once your run game opens, then CD Lamb's open. Then you have all of your fucking threats downfield. They need to fucking get their run game going, and then everything will open up.
That's a good take. I actually really like that take. And to move on to the team that absolutely fucking whooped their ass this week. Maybe you want to take your 5 minutes on it, but give me your 30 seconds on the New Orleans Saints.
Uh, I think they are good now. Come mid-season, when injuries start popping up, they are gonna go to the shitter quick. Alvin
Mm.
Kamara is playing like he's in 2019. It is 2024.
4 fucking touchdowns today. I played against it. If you played against today in fantasy, just give up.
Yeah,
It's
it's
done. You lost.
40 fucking points to that guy alone.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, but I mean, he's getting up there, man.
So you're
One,
down on the Saints in midseason. You think they think it's just all showboating
hey,
early, and then
so
eventually it's gonna catch up.
I will be the number one proponent for my motherfucking QB, Derek fucking Carr. All right.
Love Derek Carr.
Everybody says he's so fucking mid. Everybody says he's not going to do shit. And this is going to be his downfall. Once
Okay.
his number 1 and 2 guy get banged up and don't come into practice, don't come in for games once in a while, he gets very flustered because he doesn't have his guy. He
Yep.
has a guy. Right now, you can tell that Rashid Shaheed is his
He's
long
that
ball
dude. He's
guy.
that dude.
This is
Yeah.
long ball guy. If he gets banged up, he's a young guy, so he hopefully he doesn't. But if he gets banged up, there's no more long ball threat, and that
Hmm.
hurts the Saints.
Okay. Do you want to go 5 minutes on the Saints, or do you want to be good?
That's really all I have. I love that Carr's doing good. I
You
love that
love Carr. Yep.
I love that he scored fucking 80 points in the first two games. I don't think it's sustainable. It's
So
very
just to let you know, I learned this today while watching Red Zone. Thanks to Scott Hansen, free plug Red Zone. But he said that they scored 47 points their last game of the last season. They didn't make the playoffs, but their offense
that's
found
120
something
points in 3 games.
in their last 3 games. Yeah. So I think for somehow their offensive coordinator, whatever their system is working, if Carr can stay upright, if Kamara is the way he is, dude, they look and Carr looks good. He actually, it's not just like around the people around him. Obviously, is very good too as well. But their defense is fucking legit. So I
It,
like the Saints. I would move now to have the Saints win the division over the Falcons
I think that they
or
have.
or the Bucks.
I think that they have finally built the system around Carr, and they now have the threats to actually do something about it.
Yeah, I agree. So let's see who else we got. We played today. The Seahawks played the Patriots, and it was down to the wire. We'll start with the Patriots. What are your thoughts on the Patriots 2 weeks in, 1-1?
Kind of fucking sneaky, dude.
Sneaky. It was the word that I was thinking of too.
Kind of sneaky. I did not.
Frisky,
Yeah,
frisky, and gritty.
I did not expect New England to come out of the gate. I mean, they beat the.
Yeah, I underestimated their sneakiness and friskiness.
How do they beat the Bengals? That's insane. And then they
Well, we'll get to that team.
come out and fucking put up a good fight against a good Geno Smith offense.
They were winning. They were winning. They allowed the last second field goal to go to overtime. I think it was close.
Yeah, it was. I mean, one word, sneaky. That's what I would
They're
say.
sneaky. They're sneaky. It was an interesting thing they did today. They punted it. But here's the thing: is the New England Patriots. They'll definitely split with the Bills. And I think that they have this team that everyone thought was going to be really, really bad, like really bad. 4 wins, 3 wins, whatever. They could probably beat any team, but they could lose to any team. They're a team that's frisky enough that teams are going to underrate them, but they're not going to anymore. That's the thing is they're going to be like, okay, we can't just go into this game like they're the shitty Patriots. And now there's film on them. They'll figure out like how to like, okay, what is because the team itself is not very good, but they're playing with a good culture and they're playing with like as a team. So it's like who cares what who the team is? Jacoby Brissett, if he's healthy, dude, he's just solid. He just gets the ball out, whatever. They play good defense. They run the ball. They have two good running backs. Like they're sneaky and frisky. Kind of scary. Kind of scary. I didn't like that. They almost won today. They were 2-0. Imagine they're 2-0 in the AFC East, beating
I
the Seahawks and the Bengals. Those are two good wins.
I think that if there is animosity leading up to the match, they'll probably pull it out.
Yeah.
If their team is behind themselves 100%, I think that they can pull
Yeah.
out any win in this and the comp and anything because
Yep.
they're playing like Detroit played last year. They got grit, motherfucker. Like you
Yeah.
said, gritty. They're gritty. They're
They
sneaky,
do. They're gritty. They're
and,
gritty and sneaky.
I think they're going to be a problem come down the home stretch. If they don't get a wild card, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, I agree. And the team that they played, the Seahawks. Now, I actually am a pretty big Geno Smith truther ever since he left the Jets. I think he's matured. Kenneth Walker's a great running back, and Jigba, who doesn't love a DK Metcalf? I mean, that guy's just a fucking beast. Like he's just been consistently a beast. He might not ever put, he'll have weeks where he puts up like 3 fucking points in fantasy. Other weeks he'll put up 25, 30.
Yeah, right.
And they're just a team, like a young team now. And I heard this one stat today too as well. Those two were the two oldest coaches before they got fired, Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick last year. They were replaced by now the two youngest head coaches in the NFL.
I mean,
And those teams both started off looking pretty good. So Seahawks beat the Broncos, I believe, week 1, and obviously won again. So it's like, they're running with this kid.
I don't really have much on the Seahawks. I just know that they have a lot of threats, and Geno Smith is
Okay,
completely underrated. I think
let's
everybody's
underrated or overrated.
underrated.
Underrated. Okay, yeah,
I think everybody's sleeping on Geno.
me too. I think they're just sleeping on the Seahawks. A
Yeah.
lot of teams, and I'll stay in that. I'll stay in that division, Seahawks division, with the next two teams because I think they're all very relevant. It can round out the NFC West in this next few conversations because how about the Arizona fucking Cardinals?
Is this a flash in the pan?
Is I mean,
You had you had a rookie that caught 4 passes in the first quarter. I don't want to say lucky because that's a bad word in the football industry, but they were kind of
well, yeah,
lucky. But they were kind of
they were
lucky.
good catches. They were
They,
good catches, and
they
they
were
were
good.
also on Tre'Davious White.
But he also didn't do anything past the first quarter.
He did not. He did not actually.
They,
But the
they
Arizona Cardinals did.
so they got a massive lead. We're able to
Yeah.
play it safe, and hey, look at that! When you play it safe, you can move the ball.
Yeah.
It's really fucking simple. I mean,
Their
every
offense
flasher,
has the right pieces where they need like Jimmy Connor is
good running back.
he's good. Yeah, he's big, he's experienced, he knows how to cut through a hole, he can run up the middle, he can take it outside if he has to. He's not the fastest guy, but he fights for extra yards too. He's great in the red zone. And then you got this Dorsch dude. Trey McBride's a great tight end, like their offensive
We
line.
talk
We
about
went we
for
went to the game week one.
hang on. Can we talk about fantasy for one fucking second?
For sure.
What the actual fuck? Dude fumbles on the 1 yard line. Ball trickles into the end zone. There's a guy happens to be there. Of course, it's the guy I'm fucking playing.
Yeah, Trey McBride.
Lands on the ball. Touchdown. What the fuck, man?
Fumble recovery for a touchdown is the easiest way to get paid in fantasy. It's amazing.
Fuck. I just got fucked by that.
So if you lose, imagine losing on the Trey McBride fumble recovery touchdown. I mean, technically he scored the touchdown for his team. So I mean, it goes in the other category. He doesn't get the extra point in a PPR league, but it does suck. Anybody else could have fell on it. A lineman could have fell on it, and you wouldn't have gotten any points against you.
Yeah. And then I'll talk about more fantasy when we come up to the
No, bring fantasy up anytime you fucking want. That's what half this shit's about.
When we get to the team that I want to talk about,
So I will say this about the Cardinals. We went week one. We were at the Bills game against them. We're like, wow, down 17-3 early, and we're like, man, the Bills are going to be fucking awful this year. Like this, the Cardinals, like they're making us look like ass. The defense just disgusting. And well, turns out the Cardinals are a pretty damn good team, at least through 2 weeks. I mean, Rams, their defense is not awful. It's not great, but they just had their fucking way with the Rams in a way that I haven't seen in a very long time since the Rams and them since McVay has been there. I feel like.
I need to know when the next what the fuck's that game? What's that shooter game?
Call of Duty?
No, the other one that everybody's playing.
The other one, Grand Theft Auto. Oh, Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah. I need to know when the next the next big Fortnite championship.
When the next season starts,
because that's when the Cardinals are gonna fucking shit the bed. And I'm pretty sure
we dropping, boys.
I'm pretty sure it starts at like the end of October, early November.
Okay,
So
that's a good thing to look into. Hit the bell, ring the bell. That's
the bell. Oh, there it is.
You still got the bell back there? There you go. You should bring the bell over here next time.
Yeah,
I got you on the bell. No, that's a good theory. That's definitely could come true. He's a big dropping with the boys kind of guy. So what about their team that they played against, the 0-2 Rams? They're just depleted. Everybody hurt. Everybody. Cooper Kupp might be hurt now.
Yeah,
if Nakua's out.
If Cooper was in that game, I think it would have been closer.
He was in for most of it.
To half.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, they already scored like 21, 24 fucking points. I mean, they were rolling.
Yeah, that makes sense. But you get a couple good D stops, a couple punts that go your way. You get a couple touchdowns, you're back in it. but every single one of his threats was fucking down. What are you gonna do? You have
Yeah, it
yeah,
sucks. You don't have many options.
Kyron Williams. That's all you got, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That
You just
that's
got to
not
run the ball to Kyron.
that's not
They also got Blake Corum from Michigan. That guy's guy. He would love a Blake Corum reference here in this episode. They haven't used him hardly at all. But I mean, today they're down by so much. You can't really run when you're down by that much. You got to fucking throw. Who is he throwing to? Besides Cooper Cup.
yeah, and his ankle's fucked.
Yeah. So tough beat for the Rams. 0-2. Probably not going to be a playoff team. I had them as the number one seed. And Matt Stafford MVP in my predictions episode. So far, that is looking like a fade Johnny. How about we round out the NFC West with the San Francisco 49ers, who lost today to the Minnesota Vikings.
They need McCaffrey.
McCaff is owie.
They need him.
Guy referee.
It is obvious that their offense is lacking something, and what it is McCaffrey. That's what it's lacking. They don't have the pit bull of McCaffrey. They don't have the big playmaker of McCaffrey, and they don't have the 3rd and 1. And who is our legit person that we know is going to get it? Oh, McCaffrey. Uh-oh. Yeah. Silent partners in.
Silent partners in the chat?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Tell him to join the stream.
Silent partner, why don't you join the stream?
Join the stream. SP. We're just making it through. What we made it through? Like 4 teams? We've only spent 5 minutes.
Jordan Mason is better. Better than who?
Jordan Mason is better. Okay, he's a Jordan Mason truther. Better than McCaffrey. Jordan Mason, the fresh, was he 7th rounder, 6th, 7th rounder. Probably going to be a fucking great running back in this league, especially if he plays for the 49ers. But better than McCaffrey is blasphemous.
He's got to prove himself first, man.
He looks pretty good. You know what though? He does run like he's making a gift. He runs like I don't even know. It's like so off balance when he runs through, he cuts through the hole and he bounces out of there and then keeps running forward. He's such a strange runner. Doesn't look good, but he is good. So Niners, I think they'll be just fine. Minnesota could be for real with Sammy D. I don't know. We'll see. I like Minnesota. Yeah, Sam Darnold, man. He's fucking keeping them in games. He had one bad pick today that was like, okay.
What do you think
about Sam Darnold? But
what do you think if Jefferson's down though?
So apparently it was a bruise something.
Quad?
I don't know. It might not be. Yeah, it's like some tendon or muscle or something like that got bruised. He said he was fine, but at that point they were already up. It's like the 4th quarter. Why risk it? The weirdest thing about that is he went down, Bosa went down, and Fred Warner went down all in that same play. And it was right after Kittle got carted off the field.
Yeah.
And then me and SP's other fucking league, our family league, we have Kittle and Jefferson. And it happened within like 5 minutes. It was like, dude, what the fuck happened? And then we had this other guy on Minnesota, Aaron Jones, the one who fumbled through the end zone or fumbled going into the end zone. And fucking right in the sequence of 5 minutes, that's the worst fantasy 5 minutes we've ever had in our life. But we were playing against Kamara, so who gives a fuck? We lost.
And Kittle came back and fucking.
He did come back. Yeah, so it's good. All crisis averted.
Yes.
Minnesota though, their defense is good. I like their coach. Sam Darnold could be the truth this year. Well, if Jefferson stays healthy, dude, they're going to be fucking good. 97-yard touchdown today. That was sick.
That's insane.
It was unbelievable. The Jets. Should we go to the Jets? Actually,
we can go to the.
They call Jefferson Jets. The Jets picked up a big win today off of the Titans, who fucking threw it away again in the second half. But you go ahead, talk about the Jets. What do you like about the Jets? What do you hate about the Jets?
Nothing really. Silent partner says Jefferson Bruce quad. For the Jets, if Rodgers stays healthy, they could be a threat. If anybody goes down, they're screwed. Besides Breece Hall.
If
Breece Hall goes down, I think Brennan Allen or whoever the hell that is. I think he can.
Yeah, he looks good, Braylon Allen.
Yeah,
I still think
he
Breece Hall is a difference maker. He's a difference maker.
100%, he's a difference maker. But I think he could fill the void if he does go down.
Yeah. Their defense plays good against bad offensive lines, and they've had the luck of having Sauce Gardner never get called on any fucking pass interference or holding calls ever in his entire career, and he got away with another one today. But they just with a defense, special teams, offense, they kind of won it with everything today in the second half. I won't say too much about the Jets, other than I think they're not really going to be a threat from what they've shown so far. I think Tennessee just sucks. Tennessee to move to Tennessee,
You don't like
they,
Levitz?
dude. They have okay. So the last 2 weeks, if you notice, the last 2 weeks they play really good first half. They come out and they play the same exact game. They don't make any adjustments. They
Yeah.
don't do anything differently, and they just let teams fucking come again. And Will Levis, my God, he had the rookie Josh Allen play of the week again, where he tried to make a play happen, where he just fucking underhands it to nothing, trying to fucking get it to his guy in the red zone, turns the ball over. That's huge. That could have put him up 10-0 early. If he doesn't make that play on third down, they kick the field goal. Instead, they turn it over. They go right down the field. Now it's 7-7.
Yeah.
So Will Levis probably not going to be in the league for another year, if any. He'll be in the XFL by 2025.
Silent Partner says Jets will win no more than 10 games.
That's still a lot of games.
That's
You
still a lot of
know,
games. I
that's a
mean,
lot of
some
games.
teams get into the playoffs with 10 games.
Mm.
So
Yeah, the 7 teams, there's a chance someone can get in with
the
a 10. You'd like
NFC
11.
get in with 9. So what are we gonna do?
Hey, the NFC's got juggernauts now, man. The Saints are in the NFC. You got to watch out for them. You got to watch out. They're juggernaut. Best team in the NFL. Who else played today? Let's see. There's a couple of good games. We haven't got to the Ravens yet. The Ravens are 0-2.
Yeah, yeah. Uh
Lost to the Raiders.
Again, I think I don't know if they are putting too much pressure on Lamar Jackson or is he putting too much pressure on himself. But it seems like he thinks that the game is always in his hands and he doesn't like to give it up to anybody else. Uh,
Yeah, a little
he
bit.
have Derrick Henry, and what did he run for
The
this today?
turtle.
Like,
I don't think he was. I didn't see him running the ball very much. That was the thing. I
yeah,
didn't
that's
see
what I'm
Derrick
saying.
Henry really utilized like you should utilize one of the most dominant running backs, not even like now, but the game has seen and since like the modern era of like finesse backs mostly. This guy is all of it. Like use
Car-
the fucker.
Silent Partner says karma for the most fraudulent MVP in NFL history. Ravens
Yeah.
goal line is really bad.
Yeah, that's so the Raiders are another team that's feisty. They're coached by a former player, Antonio Pierce. And the Ravens, though, I mean, after the first week, if you think about this, the Ravens the first week came an inch away from tying or maybe even winning the game against the Chiefs. And then today, they lose to the Raiders at home
Yeah,
in Baltimore. That
yeah.
is a home opener for fucking Baltimore. You lose to the Raiders. They did this, so they did it similar with the Bills. They're like, okay, this could be a good team in the AFC. I need to give them a good home opener. The Chiefs, they always want a big, celebratory Thursday night game. So they bring, the Chiefs home opener is with the Ravens. But normally, like last week again with the Bengals and the Patriots, the Bills get the Cardinals, and the Ravens got the Raiders for their fucking home opener, and they lost. So you could almost think of a little bit of who's going to be a fraud this year if a home opener loss like that. It was close. The Bengals got embarrassed, but this one was close. You still lost. You're 0-2, the Ravens. Yeah, karma is right.
I
SP for
I
the
think
most fraudulent MVP.
I think it's still too early. They need to lay down the pressure on Lamar and realize that he does have threats and it's not on all in his hands. He has playmakers. Let him make plays.
Yeah, likely he's a beast. Fucking Andrews, if they find him some more, I know you got him in a couple of leagues. So, but yeah, the team that they played today is the Raiders, and
How
1-1 Raiders.
Crosby,
He's
fucking
a fucking freak. He
he's a
is a fucking freak. You can't really say anything else other than that. Gardner Minshew, You
Yeah,
know, a classic
yeah,
journeyman.
yeah.
Devontae Adams, great
That's what
receiver.
I say. Minshew hit Adams. Woo! Yeah, like
Yeah,
everybody's gonna hit Adams.
yeah. They'll probably finish bottom 5 in the league again, but they'll beat some good teams that they shouldn't beat because they're gritty. They're like the Patriots. They fucking get physical and dirty. And Max Crosby is on that other team, and I saw this play earlier. Then we can move on to another game. But I saw this play earlier where it was a clear, either like kneel or it was a spike. It was a spike play. So Lamar Jackson goes to spike it, and everyone knows it's a spike play. So like most guys, they don't even try either line, defensive line, offensive line. Not Max Crosby. He fucking launches the guard or whoever on the outside, just fucking the tackle, and he just like it was like a spike, and he was just like, "Yep, he does not take one single play off, nothing.
If you
It's
can
just a
cause a fumble,
constant fucking motor."
if you can cause a fumble,
Yeah, he's just a beast every single week. Max Crosby should be in the consideration defensive player of the year every single year. The Raiders will be frisky, but I haven't seen enough yet. Their offense is still
yeah,
and but they beat the fucking Ravens, which is hilarious. That was a hilarious thing that had happened today. How about the go to the grittiness in your gritty Lions?
fucking Aiden Hutchinson, man, tying the franchise record of 4.5 sacks in a game.
Did he get 4.5 or 5.5? I think the record was 5.5.
The record's 4.5. He matched it. It is he got 4.5 this today against
Okay,
Baker Mayfield. That's
they,
insane. But
but Baker won.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know what's going on with Amon Ra. He looked like he was shaking up a little bit.
He's
Uh,
out of it.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Montgomery. Where did you go?
Oh, I'm. What happened?
I don't know. You went away and now you're back. I guess
Can you see me?
you're frozen, but all right, I can
I
hear you.
can't. Oh, that's weird. Hold on.
Hey,
There
there you
we
go.
go.
There's a
Nope.
knuckle.
Am I frozen again?
Yeah.
Something weird going on. It keeps going to you double screen.
How's your internet connection?
It seems fine. I mean,
But
I can hear you still.
I don't know what's going on with David Montgomery. Why is Jamar Gibbs in every fucking play? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Lions. I think they need
I
to figure their
the
shit.
Lions have like so I always predicted like a Super Bowl, not even Super Bowl hangover, but like an NFC Championship game, almost make the Super Bowl hangover with the Lions. And you were
Fuck.
right though. Amon-Ra St. Brown does not look good.
No, he looks like something's going on.
Just
Silent
I might
partners.
have to
Goff stinks. Baker is the truth.
Bake Show. Do you see that one touchdown Bake Show scored earlier? Bake Show was fucking shake and bake right inside, ran it in like he should have went down. I thought he was gonna get Tua. Sorry, too soon. But he fucking like Bake showed right in front of like little shake and bake action right at the goal line, ran himself in. Like Baker's the fucking man. Should I
He's
try to leave and come back?
if you want to.
It's not gonna work. My camera's not gonna work.
Okay.
Like it keeps freezing, right?
All right.
Is that should I do that or should I not?
You can
Will it
try.
will it reset the pod?
No, we'll just be live and I'll just be sitting here by myself.
Okay, sounds good. Enjoy the people or entertain the people for a second.
Well, I'll go into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So figure that out. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield is he the truth? SP. I'm not so convinced that he is the truth. He's good. I'll give you that, and he has the Josh Allen personality, I believe. Um, but truth, I don't know. I don't think he's been tested enough to say that he's truth. I think he has a good O line that protects him very well, that which is what every quarterback needs, except for today, because Aiden Hutchinson sacked him so many times. But he still was able to pull out the win. Uh, is he back? I think he's back. Back again. Hey, he's back. I was just going off on Baker Mayfield that I don't think he's the truth. I think he hasn't tested himself. I think he has the Josh Allen attitude, and
Oh,
that gets him out of a lot of sticky situations
right,
because
right, right. Okay.
he plays ball and he's a hard nosed kid and he wants to literally wants to win. That's what I feel
Yeah.
like, or it's written in the script. I don't know.
I don't think Baker Mayfield's nothing written in the script. Good one. Oh, here we go, Bears. Houston got a field goal, by the way, 3-0 Houston, halfway through the first quarter. Um, so I think Baker is way more like I'm gonna say even mature. He's still himself, but Baker like was made to live in Tampa Bay and fucking warm weather, fucking good time. Guys think he's cool. He's not really that athletic, but he can still sling a football when he needs to. Except Bake Show earlier, right at the goal line, Bake Show. I think he's gonna. It's gonna be really close. They might be a fringe wild card team in the NFC if they win 10 games, 10, 11 games. Them and the Saints. We'll see what happens with the Falcons tomorrow. We can't write off the Falcons too much. We've made this episode before the Falcons' second game. I don't want to give up on them too much, but we can all agree the Carolina Panthers are the worst team in the NFL, and we can get to that point. It's at whenever. But Bake Show, let's not write off the bake too early. On the other side, we've already talked about the Lions. So anything else on the bake or on Tampa Bay? Mike Evans still the fucking man.
I think they've got a good duo. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I mean, when you have a duo, it helps. Then they
Yeah.
have to double cover two people, and that makes someone open.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. There's Godwin had a good day today. I just think that eventually, in the big situations and against really, really good teams, they won't be as effective, but they got it. They got the chemistry.
But
They live in Tampa Bay.
Josh
They have a
Allen,
good life.
that's where the Josh Allen attitude comes in because when the game's on the line, he's going to want to fucking win.
Baker's got the grit. He's been in it. Baker's been, he's been a competitor his whole life, and he's been in playing fucking football since betting on him when he was playing as a kid. It's always been a dog. He's had that dog in him.
Oh,
He's got that dog in him. Speaking of dogs, let's talk about the fucking Browns and their win against your boy Sunshine. Grab another beer.
so the Browns still look shitty. I don't know why he's not. I don't know what Deshaun's thinking when he's out on the fucking field.
Well, he ain't going to be their quarterback for much longer, so you know that. But
Yeah,
keep
once
going.
allegations go through.
Keep going.
I don't understand how he got paid as much as he got paid when he can't make the simplest decisions. I know I'm an armchair fucking quarterback, but what the fuck? I could have made some of those throws that he just didn't make. I don't. You have a
His only weapon is his legs. That's all he could do. And he's not even that good of a runner anymore.
Don't you have Amari Cooper? Like, what are we doing?
And Jerry Judy,
Jerry
and
Judy
Elijah Moore, and David Njoku, and decent running backs.
out, Njoku's out. So
Oh yeah, you're right. Njoku's out. You're right. Yep, he's out. But you still have those other three receivers who are pretty damn good.
What are you doing? Why are you? First of all, why are you hesitant to throw to those elite receivers? Second, yeah, I don't. I think he's just going to the games high.
The hesitancy. Yeah, he's either high or like he literally is living in the courtroom every single time he steps back. Every single time he steps back, he's like, I could go to jail if I keep sucking. They're gonna find it. They'll plan another story on me. I'm done. I'm gonna lose all the money that I paid. I'm fucked. Like, and then after that, dude, imagine like if they do pull off what I think's gonna happen. And I've said it on the NFL preview episode. I said they're gonna find a way to void his contract, and they're gonna start playing Jameis Winston, and then they're gonna win because Jameis Winston's so weird, but he's normal enough and he's confident enough. He's got confidence, even when Jameis Winston shouldn't have confidence. He's got confidence.
Yeah,
like it's bizarre. Like he doesn't give a shit. He can throw a freaking 5 interceptions a game, 5 touchdowns. He'll still walk out of there if he won. He'll be doing the fucking weird W shit with his fingers. And but Deshaun Watson steps back there every single time like he's back in the courtroom, like, oh my God, I don't know how to play this game anymore.
Fucking every snap costs him 50 grand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it does. They got
uh,
to find a way to get out of it. But how about we talk a little bit about your boy Sunshine
I
now that
don't
they find themselves at 0-2.
again, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Evan Ingram fucking goes down in a freak pre-game warm up. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
happened there. But like how do you lose
Ooh, doink off the bottom bar, and in for a field goal, Chicago. You don't see that doink very often.
Did DJ Moore catch anything?
I haven't been paying attention. We've been creating content, but they just kicked the field goal.
All right.
But yeah, the Jags I've never really been that high on because I've now realized that Trevor Lawrence is pretty bad.
He's
I don't think he's good.
he's
He
mid to
he's
low.
mid. He's now mid talent. He again when I was watching earlier couldn't do shit. Every time he dropped back to pass, he couldn't find anybody. Maybe it was just good defense on the Browns' part today. But like they blew the lead against the Dolphins last week. It's another team like the Titans where I feel like they get the first half plan and then they just run out of gas and they run out of shit to do. And they can't figure out anything fucking new. And Trevor Lawrence just has to run around to make plays.
Yeah.
So 0-2 coming to Buffalo Monday night at 7:30 next week.
That's what silent partner Jags coming to into Buffalo for their annual trap game.
Yeah, the Jags beat the Bills like every time they play recently. But here's the kicker: we were at the Jags game when Leonard Fournette fought Shaq Lawson, and it was the first game that Jalen Ramsey played against Josh Allen. Any chance I get on this podcast to trash Jalen Ramsey because he is fucking trash. He's the most overrated cornerback ever. He's now 0-5 against Josh Allen, and before their rookie year started, he went to a GQ article and said Josh Allen was trash. I can't wait to play him this year. It's gonna show. And then we fucking beat him. So that was the last time we did beat the Jags, I believe. We've played the Jags, I think, once or twice in London, and then the other few times down in Jacksonville, and lost all the games since then. Pretty sure Trevor Lawrence undefeated against the Bills. Not this time. No, the Jags are bad. The Bills are back, and I think it's going to be ugly on Monday night. I do.
For the chat, if anybody knows, that means bet the Jags because Johnny is pretty hard on the
Well,
Bills.
I'm gonna bet the Jags though. I'm betting the Jags. Take the Jags. It's going to be ugly. Jags are going to run it up. I'm taking the Jags. I money line. I money line, except for this last one. I didn't money line that one, but or no, did I money line? No, because the Dolphins were favored. I only money line them when it's a dog. Yeah, Jags are bad. Let's go. Let's keep AFC South. Let's go to the Colts, who are one of the worst teams that I've watched so far. They almost beat the Texans last week. I think it was the Texans, and then this week looked like dog water against Malik Willis, who I didn't even think could play quarterback. Fucking Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers. We'll get to them in a second, but the Colts, Anthony Richardson, doesn't look good this year. He was 9 for 19 last week. He had that one big bomb. Everyone was like, "Oh, he can throw the ball really far." Yeah, he's also completely inaccurate.
Yeah.
9 for 19 week 1. I don't even know what it was this week, but every time I looked at him, they're just either turning the ball over, or not getting points. So Colts
And it came
are
down to
bad.
the long ball again, and he fucked it up. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, big return here for the Texans. Oh, flag. Coming back, kid. He spun the ball, got up, saw the flag. It might be on the Bears, actually. We'll see. Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers, though. Let's talk about Jay Love and the sadness of him going down in that game in Brazil. Bullshit. They shouldn't have even been there.
Shouldn't have even been there.
Shouldn't have even been in Brazil.
What's his return? When's his return?
No, it's complete mystery.
Really?
They're not like disclosing a lot about that, I think.
You hear that a lot throughout the league this year. Christian McCaffrey, they're being dodgy with. Fucking like, what the fuck's going on, man?
Yeah, they're being because they know that they're being watched constantly with the insurances maybe of the league, or who knows? It's the agreements between the team and the players. The players maybe obviously want to play. McCaffrey's a whole different situation, but like Jordan Love's knee, like like you saw it,
Yeah.
like it like literally removed itself from its normal position real for a second and then went back. And so he had to have either torn something or pulled something, but they're not completely ruling it out. Like normally they'll say, okay, it's an ACL, run it IR, he's
Yeah.
done. This
Maybe
one he must not torn it that much.
maybe he just dislocated it.
Yeah, or a dislocated knee.
Yeah.
I mean, so they just hold him out for a few weeks, but man, Malik Willis, good for him. Kid from Liberty. He
Got a
fucking
got a
came out there,
got a
got a
dub.
dub. He did it with and he had this one pass. I think it was to Wicks, and it was to the outside, and he fucking he had to get it like at least like this far away, like very close away from the defender, and got it right in that window for him to catch it, turn, and then hit the corner for the touchdown. It was like, wow, that was actually a really fucking good throw. He's maybe a little better than people thought. Who knows? Malik Willis could be earning himself a starting position somewhere else next year.
Silent Partner says he thinks it's the MCL.
Okay. Thank you for the report there, Silent Partner. We appreciate the injuries. Please keep looking them up and fact checking us throughout the entire episode
Is Keenan
because
Allen
we need
playing?
it. Keenan Allen, I don't think is playing. I don't know. The Texans are on. Tip ball drill, and it did not get picked
All
up. I'm not sure if he's playing. Roma Dunze was questionable as well.
I heard I heard he was playing though.
Yeah, I think I sat him either way. I wasn't confident in them tonight. I don't know the big lights for that, team. We can get to them as the game goes on, but we hit the Packers. I guess we can just breeze through these two teams because they're pretty boring, even though one of them's our fantasy QB, the Commanders. And I actually saw a story about the guy's family who was the old face of the Redskins. Wants the NFL to bring back the Redskins. Like the family of the guy's face wants it to be back.
Why wouldn't they?
So, yeah,
He was famous.
yeah, it was like the honor of that chief, but can't offend white liberals.
Fucking Karens.
Fucking
Man,
Karen's got us.
I have to shout out their kicker for winning them that game and
Yeah,
almost tying the most field goals in NFL history in one single game. The title goes for 8. He got 7.
yeah,
What
21 points in
are we
field
watching?
goals.
What are we
Yeah,
watching? What are we
it
watching?
was 12. It was 12-12 at one point, and I'm like, and then I saw Brian Robinson running down the field, and I was like, oh look, he's about to score their first touchdown. Nope, he got caught.
Yeah.
And it was just, dude, those two teams and Brian Dable. I need the freaking microscope to be a little fucking more directed at Brian Dable. Okay, sure, Daniel Jones fucking sucks. It's not that bad. If you paid him that much money, you must have had the confidence to actually think he was good. That's your fault then. The coach is not going to be like, yeah, you know what? Let's give him 60 mil and extend my contract. I want to be here. You had a say in that conversation. Him and Joe, whatever the fuck his name was, who was the former assistant GM for the Bills, they agreed on it. They paid him the fucking money to stay there, and he sucks. Devin Singletary looked good at bad fumble, but he looks okay.
Yeah.
Neighbors is going to be a good receiver. Why can't you win? Why can't you beat those teams? The Commanders they're like the same type of level team. Not really. But yeah, the Giants are stinky. And the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, SP, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Jaden Daniels because I want to drop him and pick up Derek Carr, who's available. I'm thinking we do it. I'm saying we pull the plug on the early rookie pick. Everyone was wrong on Jaden Daniels, and everyone was wrong on Derek Carr.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that out loud.
Two things can be true at the same time. And I think that gives us enough right to drop Jaden Daniels for Derek Carr.
You got to claim him off waivers?
So we'd have to pay either way, but it's a waiver wire. And I'm sure other people are going to probably go after him depending on their waiver order. I think that's an old school league, so there's no FAB on that one. But yeah, I think it's maybe a quick of an overreaction a little bit on 2 weeks, just a little bit.
Well, I don't know when you have to put up
I
seven.
like it.
Well, when you have to put up 7 field goals, that's a reasoning to
Right?
your quarterback.
He gets the ball into the red zone. Brian Robinson runs the
But you
ball
can't
all the way down
finish.
there.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler gets some yards and they get all the way down there, and then he just overthrows into the fucking end zone, or he'll run it in. But I don't think he has a passing touchdown. There's no
Silent
passing touchdowns in 2 games.
Silent Partner says too early to tell on Daniels, but Carr is playing well. That's not an answer to his question. Stafford,
We should, yeah.
we're not there yet, buddy. What you got to answer his question? Carr for Daniels or no?
Anybody else out there? We put this out there. And we do the cut because we'll do some cuts on this one. We'll have some posts later on our X account and our Instagram account.
It's going live on X right now.
Oh, we're live on X. Who would you take? Derek Carr after 2 weeks that you saw of what he is now, resurrected, or this rookie who the fuck knows? He plays for the Commanders and their offense is still anemic. Even with Cliff Kingsbury, I thought Cliff Kingsbury is the offensive coordinator. Oh my god, he's a fucking genius. Maybe he was holding Kyler back the whole time. Kyler Murray looks like a fucking MVP candidate now.
Does
Like, what? Cliff Kingsbury overrated? What have we discovered now through 2 weeks? Jaden Daniels can't play football, and Cliff Kingsbury is an overrated OC.
have the Commanders scored one touchdown?
They have Jaden
Okay.
Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels had 2 rushing touchdowns week 1
Oh.
in the loss, but I may have had another rushing touchdown, but he didn't have any passing touchdowns. I know that. Which is fine, fantasy purposes. You take any touchdowns in that league, it's 6 for everything. But most leagues, rushing touchdowns actually count for more.
But listen to this for a second. Who were they playing?
The Giants.
And you can't get in the fucking end zone versus the Giants?
Exactly. And the Saints played the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas.
In Dallas.
And put up 44?
44 points.
44 fucking points. In Dallas. 16-game home win streak in Dallas. Outside of the playoffs, of course. Of course. But 16 home regular season game win streak in Dallas.
I'm just going to talk you into getting Carr, so don't let me keep this up. Who's next?
I think it's Derek Carr over Jaden Daniels. I really do. I don't know. I think we hit. Did we hit all of them? Who else played today?
I don't know.
Not the one. We'll get to Thursday night last, of course.
There's 13 games today, so.
What was that?
There was 13 games so far today.
Yeah, there was 10 games in the 1 o'clock window. Well, I mean, I can look it up. You got the computer over there.
Oh God.
I would have to get off camera. It would be a whole mess.
Let me see if this doesn't fuck it up.
All right. Well, I'll just look it up.
I know. I'm already looking it up.
Johnny, you're gonna look it up?
I'm already looking.
SP, you look it up. You've been listening to the whole damn thing. You probably heard every single game.
Who
do we miss?
So Steelers.
Oh, we missed the Steelers. How do we miss the Steelers? By the way, SP, your prediction was wrong. Russell Wilson was not the week 1 starter for the Steelers. It was Justin Fields.
Yeah, and we got to go through the Chiefs.
Tough luck on that prediction. Tough luck. Yep, Chiefs. Yep, Chiefs, Bengals. Why would we ever forget those guys? Mentioned them briefly. I got a hell of a take on the Bengals. I'll take my full 7 minutes on that one.
First, Pittsburgh. Swigs
Pittsburgh
think that they are just elite. Well, at least Swigs thinks that they are just elite. I said it's the Denver Broncos. So maybe take the elite status out of it because you only 16 fucking points against the Denver fucking Broncos.
Touchdown, Nico Collins. There is a flag. We'll see what the flag is. It looks like it's going to stand.
How long?
The reactions of the players look like it's going to stand.
How long?
40 yards.
Fucking A, I need that. I need more
30,
of that.
40. Let's see.
Flag. How do you?
Illegal hands to the face defense. That play will stand.
How do you feel about the Steelers?
So the Steelers are how we've described teams like the Patriots and the Raiders. So like Raiders, Patriots, Steelers. The Steelers, and here's the big difference between the Steelers. I'm going to throw it out there. Mike fucking Tomlin. I don't like the fact that he just hasn't adjusted away from defense yet, but it's a good enough fucking defense to win games. They came close to losing today, but at the end of the day, so far, I hate that. I'm going to take a shot because I said at the end of the day, I hate when people say that. Well, the Steelers won 2 games. They are currently leading their division right now. And a hot start in the Justin Fields era. Like, you got to hand it to him. Ah, shit.
What happens when fucking Russell Wilson comes back, though?
Well, is he going to? Like, why would you even risk it? Why? Let me put it this way.
It was 28 yards. Thanks, man.
This is how 28 yards. All right, I was a little exaggerating. In the NFL, especially with people like Mike Tomlin, they're big, like, culture guys, right? Locker room guys.
Yeah.
Now, you'll never find two complete opposite locker room guys than Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
Well, yeah, it's
And
already.
Justin Fields, a locker room guy. He's a dude. He's a bro. And Russell Wilson's fucking weird, to say the least.
I mean, he's married to Sierra, who's a dude. So
There you go. Ring that bell, buddy. You're right there. This is for saying the unspoken words that I will never say again.
Silent Partner said Steelers are mid with a good coach.
That's fair.
Okay. So what do we think about the Broncos? Can we just say that Sean what the fuck's his name?
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton fucking just
Let me
sucks.
eat on this one.
He just
Let
sucks.
me eat on this one.
All
Let
right.
me fucking eat on this one. Okay. Sean Payton was carried by will soon to be first ballot Hall of Famer Drew Brees. Okay.
Another guy that everybody said was
He
mid.
might already be in the Hall of Fame for all I know. No, he will be whatever first ballot. So Sean Payton, remember, was fired for the bounty scandal or had resigned or some bullshit like that. He had to sit out a whole suspended, whatever. And, they made a movie about him with Kevin James. What the fuck does Sean Payton have on the NFL or anybody else that just has him being this aura of like a great guy and a good story? He was suspended from the NFL, one coached his son's team, so Disney made a fucking movie about it. Who gives a fuck? That's not what happened. Like, what? Sean Payton was probably also a douchebag when he fucking coached his son's team. And when they weren't performing, he went out there and was like, they're just not listening to my scheme. I just don't have the right players, the right pieces here. Okay, you want to Bo Nix, and Bo Nix, from what I've seen so far in the beginning of the league, sucks. But it's not his fault. It's not his fucking fault. He's got Sean Payton, who's the most overrated fucking coach of maybe in the last 10 to 15 years. Sean Payton might be the most overrated coach I've ever seen. And in the beginning of his last year, like with Russell Wilson, he threw all the blame on Russell Wilson. Oh, it's not Russell Wilson, though. Okay, but guess what? Now it's a rookie quarterback. Well, he's just a rookie. They could fucking win 4 or 5 games again this year, and they'll run Sean Payton right back. Well, now it's the second year. Well, they finally got Sean's system down, and then everyone's fine. It's the Payton. It's Sean Payton. People are leaving. The receivers were leaving. People are going to want the fuck out of Denver because I think it's all full of shit. Sean Payton sucks. Denver's winning 4 games this year. But go Steelers. They're 2-0. Go Steelers. They're 2-0. Good wins for the Steelers. They're a way better team. They should have beat Denver by a lot more than what they beat them today. But yeah, I'm throwing on a limb. Denver's going to be the worst team in the league. They'll have number 1 pick. We'll see who Sean Payton goes to get next year. He'll be back.
So just happened, Chiefs Bengals.
Oh God, I hate watching these games because I don't like to root for either of the teams. I was pulling for the Bengals. Okay, we'll start with the Bengals. Jamar Chase, what are you fucking doing when you get tackled like that?
Bro.
You can say a couple words to the referees. But what the fuck are you doing in a situation like that?
Single-handedly lost the game for them.
Basically. I mean, they hit the field goal to take the lead, but they could have easily made that 3rd down and scored a touchdown. And their kicker was Evan McPherson. Oof, baby. He can hit field goals, but apparently can't kick extra points.
SP, we about Arizona and the Rams.
We hit them first, yes. Sorry, Marvin Harrison Jr., you missed that conversation. BJF was not impressed after he had those 5 catches, whatever. I think they're a wagon. I think they're just getting started. They didn't need him. They didn't need him to win the game. They're a wagon.
Okay.
And the Bills beat them. What we talking about? Yeah, the Bengals. So Jamar Chase, that's inexcusable, absolutely inexcusable penalty to take. And you saw Joe Burrow after fucking trying to calm him down, and then he still wouldn't calm down. And he ran, and then Joe Burrow literally two hands shoved him to get back. Like, yo, chill the fuck out. What are you doing? They already threw the flag on you for already arguing the non-thrown flag.
He threw his helmet at the fucking sideline too.
Yeah, it's a bad. So, and the Bengals are going to unravel. I wanted to save some time for the Bengals, but we can probably wrap it up pretty quick on my end, and you can give your 2 cents on them before getting to the fucking Chiefs. But the Bengals are going to unravel. For whatever reason, they came out after they said they had a great week of practice leading up to it, where Jamar Chase outwardly claims that the AFC runs through them. They are the best team, and everyone knows it. We just have to play like it. Okay. Um, he had a decent game, but he wasn't really that big of a factor. The fucking other receivers played way better. I can't even pronounce his name, Isolavis or something like that. He played a good game. Um, and not for nothing, but then he goes out there and he goes, "I have no interest in signing a long term deal with the Bengals." He says it today or like yesterday. The news broke. Why? They're unraveling. They didn't pay him what he wanted to get paid at the time he wanted to get paid. So now he's not interested in getting paid at all by the Bengals. He's going to get paid somewhere else. That's a great locker room guy. And then he gets a 15-yard fucking penalty in a big game, big situation for mouthing off to the ref.
Yep. I
I'm
think
done on my rant.
my only take on the Bengal situation is yes, SP Chase did also push Burrow when he was trying to get him away from the ref. But I think it all comes down to the Eminem hair. I think he
Dun,
fucked up.
dun, dun, dun. Can we end the episode with that song? Dun, 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 dun. Maybe
No,
you can play it on a speaker in
maybe
the studio so I can hear it.
I can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he dyed his hair, and I don't know what happened, but it went straight to his brain, and
Real Slim Burrow.
he took a $50 million injury insurance policy. I don't know who's that for. Is that for Burr?
Burrow? I
Joe
think
Burr?
probably Joey Burr. Probably Joey Burr.
So he's
I
gonna
tell
get
you, there was some random clip, and this is always just like little fucking media fodder, social media fucking fodder, but it's so funny because it looked real. Joe Burrow was stretching it was probably before the Patriots game. I must have seen it. But he was warming up and he like ran, like he saw that the camera saw him. So he like hopped up and like started running and like put on his helmet like a real Joe Burrow cool way. And then like started jogging towards like the middle of the field as the camera followed him. And then as soon as the camera like seemingly stopped following him, he stopped and then took off his helmet.
I guess Chase took out a $50 million injury insurance.
Oh, on himself.
There's got to be something
Interesting.
about that. All right, so
Probably got that shit from Affleck.
let's go on to the team that they were beaten by. The
Kansas City refs. Oh, I'm sorry, the Kansas City Chiefs.
can we just outwardly admit that two things? One, Taylor Swift is fucking ruining football, and
Yes.
two, there has to be something in Kelsey's contract for the fucking commentators to say his name 1,000 times per broadcast. He had one fucking catch today, and I must have heard his goddamn name 1,000 fucking times.
Well, they show him no matter what happens on the play.
Who the
They
fuck?
probably have a Kelsey cam.
Who the fuck is commentating now?
It's probably the same. It's probably the same. That was a good catch by Diggs there on third and 10. Fucker.
Who's
Diggs
the quarterback?
still.
Who's the quarterback that is now commentating for that? What used to
Tom Brady?
No, the other one.
Wait a minute. What game was it? Oh, Tony Romo.
Tony Romo said his name, I swear to God, 5 times in a fucking row, saying
he probably had a bet.
We need to get it.
Probably had a bet.
I think
over under how many times Romo says Kelsey. I swear to God, that was probably a bet.
I think that it's written into his contract. I swear to God.
Could be CBS, Paramount. Maybe Paramount owns. If SP could do a little deep diving for us on the web, look up who owns Paramount, CBS, Paramount, whatever company, and if they have any affiliations to Taylor Swift's record label. We're just spitballing here, but it makes sense. They always should have the Chiefs game. It seems like Tom Brady now has two. I don't get too far off topic, but Tom Brady has two games that he's broadcast, both of them being the Cowboys game, because they know that game always is the most watched game in the country. Who the fuck just put up balloons? Why is there balloons?
How did we get balloons?
That was weird.
Did we get a donation or something? What the fuck was that?
Balloons. That was woo. Yeah,
Thank you for the balloons. I don't know what the
take
fuck.
Travis Kelce 5 times. Balloons show up. Tony Romo was just covered in balloons the entire fucking night doing that game. Yeah, what can you say other than the Chiefs are fucking? They're the liberal team. They're everyone's team who doesn't watch football's favorite team. They're little kids growing up. You know who's little, and I'll talk about them in our college football recap after this. I think we should be close to done. But the college football recap, I want to talk about the kid who is like the little baby Mahomes, Dylan Raiola, who is the quarterback for Nebraska, true freshman, number 15, does all the mannerisms. He has the headband, the hair. He does the same. He is the same fucking like. They are so abominable to root for if you're not a Chiefs fan that anybody who watches football is sick of this shit. Travis Kelce, once again, had like this huge play, got called back in the holding. They show Taylor Swift going crazy in there. I go, why don't you show her after the penalty gets fucking called and it gets pulled back? I want to see her sad reaction too. Is it in the contract that she can't be sad? Like if they lose, you can't show her pouting in the fight. Like it's always happiness. It's only when there's a good play. And
I bet
last week,
I bet she's a sore loser.
Oh, for sure. Of course she would be. Last week, our cousin from Canada, shout out fucking Grammar. Grammar from Canada fucking threw out this video. I don't know if it's the same broadcast in Canada as it is, probably not. But they were showing Kelsey so much that when they scored the touchdown, like one of this like rushing touchdown at the goal line, like Travis Kelce with the block on the outside to spring him, they show the replay and Travis Kelce's literally standing there and like kind of like touches like a dude that's completely out of the play, has nothing to do with the touchdown, and like he sent that to me. I'm like, holy shit! Like it's not only like they're gonna get calls, which they did. They got a fucking questionable call at the end of the game to win them the game for the kick for Butker, the God guy, the guy who thinks women should stay in kitchens and raise babies, and that's it. He fucking got set up on that from a bullshit flag, and all of it could be. That's why the normal football fans like us, like many football fans, hate this shit because it's just obvious. They're going to get calls. They're going to get fucking like all the press. They're going to get like it's just stupid.
It's not even
likes it.
It's fucking blatant now, and it's disgusting.
Yeah. It's like when they won last year. Don't forget when they won last year. Biden tweeted out just like we drew it up.
Yeah. So I don't think
more needs to be said.
I don't think we've hit everybody, but if we didn't hit somebody, I think
no. We're gonna find it. We'll stay right here.
We have one more matchup to fucking talk about, and it's the first matchup of the week.
I think hold on. I think we forgot one. We did Chargers Panthers.
What do we need to say about the Chargers and the Panthers?
Well, Chargers got Jim Harbaugh. Chargers are fucking 2-0. Herbert got hurt, but he should be okay.
But it's against
Carolina, who gets 15 seconds. And that is to tell everybody that the Carolina Panthers are on pace to be the worst NFL team since probably the Lions or the Browns finished like 0-16, whatever it was.
Since the last Panthers that were terrible, like fucking 10 years ago.
They don't belong in a football field. Bryce Young does not belong in the NFL. He'll be out of the NFL. He might not even belong in the XFL.
He said skip Chargers and Panthers and get to the Bills and fucking Dolphins, asshole.
Okay, fine. Here we go. We have to say that we won't have other thoughts on the games right now, but quickly on the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams kind of seems overrated. They're playing right now. Houston's moving the ball down the field. what else can we say about Houston other than the fact that I hate Stephon Diggs? They're a good team, but I love C.J. Stroud. I love me some C.J. Stroud. He's a
Uh,
good story.
Nico Collins is still wide receiver number 1, and I think Diggs is wide receiver number 3.
3rd and 6.
Diggs sucks.
Diggs fucking sucks. We went to a game last year. I'll never forget it. BGF just talked shit about Diggs the whole time, and now I look back and thank him for it.
He,
Diggs just got a first down.
he's
Dove might have fumbled out of bounds. Oh, they called him out. They called him and he stepped out. He's going to argue with the refs. Throw him out of there. Don't allow him to do that.
because he doesn't know where the fucking boundaries are.
Yeah, he's still chattering, but not as bad as Jamar Chase's inappropriate things. What do you think about the Bears?
Nah, Bears. I really need to watch the second half of this game to have a full opinion.
That's a first down. I'm sorry to interrupt you again, but I hate Diggs, but that's a first down. He didn't step out.
SP says Carolina belongs in the SEC.
They don't even belong in the SEC. They'd finish fucking 500 in the SEC. They're fucking horrible. Like, tickets to those games are going to be $20 in week 3.
Damn.
I mean, they're $50 to today's game. Home opener.
If their core can stay healthy for the Bears, if their core can stay healthy, I think
they got good receivers. Yeah,
I think they can go places, but they got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, Keenan Allen's out. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Odunze.
He's fucking hurt. They got what? I don't even know who else.
They got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. They haven't done shit.
Yeah,
DJ Moore got 2 touchdowns for DJ Moore tonight. I haven't seen him once.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
but tomorrow's game, Falcons, Kirk Cousins. We'll recap it because we haven't seen their final game. They lost week 1. B. John Robinson is still a fucking beast. Big score. I got him and Saquon Barkley to round out, to beat that guy, to start 2-0 in the D-Gen League, the Pod League, the Gamblers League, the D-Gen fucking league. I got the all quads squad, and those quads matched up against each other fucking Monday night. I mean, you know what?
It'll
give me the fucking Falcons to win that game tomorrow. Hey, Johnny.
Jesus.
All right, let's go to Thursday night.
There you go, because I ain't got nothing on them. I gotta watch their game. Thursday night. Can we just talk about the abomination that happened on Thursday night?
We'll talk about the game, or you want to talk about Tua's skull?
We'll get to Tua's skull, but the game in general, because it wasn't going good for before Tua's skull got involved. And I don't know what the fuck is going on with my team in the Miami Dolphins. But we thought we had a good defense, but then it just blew up. And the Bills did exactly what they needed to do and let cook. But I don't fucking. First of all, I just want to say that it was a double whammy because actually it was a triple whammy. My team lost. Tua almost got crazy hands again. And not stop giving fucking Devon Achane the fucking ball when I'm playing against him. And I don't understand how Devon Achane gets 1 fucking touchdown. James Cook gets 3 fucking touchdowns, and they have the exact same fucking score. Doesn't make sense.
Receptions and yardage, buddy.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. There's no way that he should have been the same fucking pointage as a guy that scored 3 fucking touchdowns, one of which was a 45 fucking yard run. Doesn't make fucking sense. Make it make sense. Pray for Tua. Yes, SP. He said that he does not have any plans to retire. I don't think it's in his hands whether he retires or not. I think that's in the NFL hands because
it could be.
Listen, he's had 3 concussions on an NFL field. He is not going to be able to step on an NFL field again. The insurance won't let him. He's going to have brain damage the next time he goes down.
Maybe not for the immediate future. Maybe not for the immediate future, but he will step foot in the NFL again if Tua decides he wants to play. And I think that's the right move. As fucked up as it is. Let me put it this way, okay? You're not going to tell that man in my libertarian ass lifestyle what he wants to do with himself. As long as you're not harming anyone else. And you might emotionally be harming a lot of people. Fans, family, your wife, your kids, your future mental health. Yeah, you're risking it. But who else are you harming besides the Miami Dolphins organization?
That's the problem. They're
Sorry.
harming
Yeah,
the
but
organization and the
physically,
NFL organization.
he's not hurting Mike McDaniel.
If someone
Okay,
dies,
if they all want him to play, though, you want him to play over Skylar Thompson, right?
I want them to go after somebody new. Fuck it.
You want him
Obviously,
to go after someone old.
I don't want them to go after someone old.
You want him to go after someone old?
I don't want him. I don't want him to go after someone old, and I don't want.
Tanner Hill.
I don't want to go. I don't want them to go after someone even older. I don't want that. I
Oh,
want
you want Tom Brady?
no.
Tom Brady.
If Skylar Thompson could prove himself just a
Oh, he
little
wants
bit,
Thompson.
if he could prove himself just a little bit, I would have more faith. But this fucker can't do dick. So we need to go and fucking recruit somebody and fucking find somebody new. And I mean, Tua's brothers out
Wow.
there, that guy.
I thought of this. I thought of this actually.
That's who I'm talking about, SP. I don't want fucking Brady. Then I'll not be able to root for my goddamn team. And you know how fucking depressing that'll be?
Brady is not going back to the Dolphins. Not happening. It's just not happening. He's 45 fucking years old, or however fucking old he is. He didn't look that good the last time he played. That was 2 years ago.
Can you imagine him with
come back and be great?
Can you
imagine him come back with Waddle and Hill? Yes, it'd be
Mostert and Achan?
Remember what happened with Aaron Rodgers last year? How he can't move. Tom Brady's probably can't move.
You don't think, dude? That dude hasn't stopped training. Come on.
If he could run the Tua offense, then yes, Tom Brady could win some games. But as soon as he's knocked out, then you're right back to fucking Skylar Thompson again. Would Tom Brady? This is what it is. When Tom Brady now at 45 years old understands what Tua does not because he's 26. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Players as you get older start understanding. People as they get older start understanding their own vulnerabilities, their own mortality, their own fact that they're not immune to pain, or they realize that their own pain or their being depreciated in some way could affect others, their loved ones, family members. So that's what Tom Brady understands now in his old ass fucking age. And no, he's not going to go back to Miami. I'd be pissed because they probably would be good enough to fucking beat us, maybe. But I don't think it'd be Tom Brady. Tua doesn't understand that now, and that's my real main point. He's 26 years old. He has a long football career ahead of him, or does he? Because if he gets another one after this, then they would say you're done. I'd assume, or we just keep getting them. Steve Young had what, 8 concussions?
Pour a shot.
Why?
Just pour a shot.
Why did I do it? Why?
Partner, pour a shot as well. Pour a shot.
What are we pouring a shot for?
Just pour a fucking shot. Pour a half shot.
It's a Sunday night.
Pour a fucking shot.
I've already taken 2.
Okay. That's because
I can't wait to get to the Bills portion of this conversation.
It's right after you pour the fucking shot. So just pour the shot.
This episode is sponsored by Captain Morgan. We had one captain on the field of the play for the Bills last week go down, Terrell Bernard, and we'll get to it here, but preview, it doesn't fucking matter who plays defense for the Bills. Bobby Bad Bitch Babich is coming for you.
All right, so...
All right, my shot's poured.
All right, cheers. Let's pray for Tua. I know you're a Bills fan, but we need to pray for Tua. Cheers to him. Hope he didn't fall asleep.
Pray for Hawaiian Daniel Jones.
All right. Now we can get on, and you're going to let me fucking talk for the Buffalo Bills first, because I know you're going to go off on a fucking roller coaster ride.
Maybe I will, maybe we won't. We'll just have to get there. But that's fine. You can roll it first.
First, I'm going to go. SP says Josh Allen owns the Dolphins. Not going to lie. I think your stat is wrong, though. I think it is 12 for the last 13, not 11-1 in the last 12. I think he's got 12 for 13. And
yeah, which is just even better.
And Shakir will lead Bills in receptions and yards. I do not believe that. I do believe that Keon Coleman will come into his own, realize his utilization in this offense, and he's a big motherfucker, man. toss up the ball, he's coming down with it.
See that he'll be big receptions though. On that note, I think it's either going to be Shakir or Kincaid that'll lead in receptions, but they've been doubling Kincaid, which leaves Shakir open, and then they start playing zone a little bit. But yeah, I think I agree with SP on the Shakir side of things. What was his other take before that?
That Josh Allen owns the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, never mind. That's a certified fact. If you check the Wikipedia every time they play each other, more often than not, live time,
All right.
it'll say the owner of the Dolphins is Josh Allen. But please, BGFF, start us off with your opinion of the Buffalo Bills.
This week, coming in as a dog to Miami was fairly interesting after seeing what happened against Arizona, knowing that Arizona is Arizona now. I think there was a lot of speculation that it was just the Bills were bad. And
Pays to play on a fucking Thursday, and everyone else plays their second game on a Sunday, huh?
yeah, but I think that a lot of it came in that the Bills defense wasn't what it was going to be. The Bills offense possibly couldn't get started early and had to come up and make big plays. All of that got wiped away this week. The
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills came in hurt, got even more hurt, and still pulled out the win. And the offense just fucking let cook and fucking off to the races we went. And there was no answer from the Dolphins. So when you're steamrolling, why the fuck? I mean, they sat Josh for the fourth quarter. So when you're steamrolling, you're steamrolling. And I don't think that I think there are a lot of roadblocks ahead for the Bills, but
Yeah.
there is a possibility that they lose the ones that they should win, but
They do that every year.
win everything else. So the ones that they're supposed to lose, they'll win. But the ones like if they face Carolina, they'll lose that one for some fucking
They
reason.
don't play Carolina, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But
They play the Colts. They play the Colts in Indy, and the Colts look
Minshew,
horrible this year.
Minshew's going to throw a
No, no,
40
no, no. That's a
again.
shot. That's a shot. Minshew plays for the Raiders.
Oh,
You're
my.
home. You don't have. You're home. Bank it. Bank it. Bank the shot.
All right,
Just pour it and bank it for the next mistake.
All
right. That's fair though. Minshew played there last year. Yeah, but I understand your point on that 100% because they always do that. They always lose a game they shouldn't, and that's a game that I circle on the calendar. And the Patriots now are pesky, frisky. You got to play them twice.
Yeah.
Got to play the Jets twice. Play Miami twice. I think late season. It's actually not even that late. I think it's mid-season against Miami, October or November, early November. Caleb running for his life. Caleb running for his life. Caleb getting sacked.
Nice.
And Caleb staying down. Caleb getting back up. Caleb getting sacked. Okay. Yeah, the Bills will lose the Colts game probably if history repeats itself, but beat on the road the fucking Ravens, Texans, Jets because that's an actual lineup that they have to play. Those three teams in a row on the road after they play the Jaguars at home on Monday night coming up.
That's a tough.
Those are you said roadblocks coming up. They're there early and often, and the Texans tonight have looked pretty fucking good.
And let's not forget they got a late bye week. What is it? Week 12, week 13?
It's a later one. Yeah, I think it's 10 or 12.
So I mean, injuries start popping up, and
they got bye weeks all the way to week 14. That's ridiculous. That's a week before fucking playoffs start for fantasy.
Yeah, that's
a fucking Lamar Jackson and a bye week the week before playoffs.
But what do you? So what's your honest opinion on the Bills?
Are you done with yours?
I'm done with mine.
Okay, honest opinion, and I'm going to hold true to what I told you at the beginning of the year, all summer long. All summer long, you too, SP. I hope you're listening. Is that I'm not going to get too up, and I'm not going to get too down, because it's an under. Everyone else's expectations are already lower. So if you lower your own from your normal expectation to a middle point, anything else that happens above it is great. Anything that happens below it, it's not as bad. Because if you have expectations all the way up here for your team, and you don't reach them, you're always living in that, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. We're just not good enough. It's not happening. This year's a down year. Everyone's out on us. Milano goes down. Taron Johnson's now got a fucked up forearm that happened when Taylor Rapp hit him, our own fucking guy. Yeah, the injury now to Bernard, that, the pectoral, it's not serious, whatever, but like their defensive brain, Bobby, bad bitch, Babbage, son of a fucking phenomenal old defensive coach, Bob Babbage Sr., he put together a game plan against the Dolphins that, dude, they shut you the fuck down.
Yeah.
They couldn't do that against the Cardinals because they don't really ever play the Cardinals. You know what I mean? They're not really going into the season of like, our game plan this year is to play this type of offense so that we can play the Cardinals week 1 and look really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their game plan was to beat the Dolphins, to beat the Chiefs, to beat the, probably the Jets too. And they feel like they should usually every year, coming up with new game plans each week and in the same system, which it has been. Bobby Babbage has been there for a while. He's been safeties coach, linebacker coach, assistant coordinator. Now he gets the call up, defensive coordinator, and he put together a masterclass against the Dolphins to shut down Tyreek Hill, and it was all just zone. They just kept everybody back. You're not like, as soon as Hill caught the ball, there's 2-3 guys right there, ready to stop it. You're not getting more than that. They let him run the ball. You were running the ball great.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even have to fucking throw. Like, A-Chain's running crazy, and they were doing those little, Tua flip passes, but the defense wasn't giving up the big play. And in the red zone, that's it. Like, now you can close it in a little bit more. And they contained them because they outgained us by 100 yards or so. And in the first game, SP, back me up on this if you think differently, but we looked at each other for a second. It was 17-3, and we're like, yo, this is exactly what I thought could happen. We could be awful this year. I mean, the Bills could be, and if you want to take the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of a game to a season to the bank, our whole section was feeling that way.
I bet.
There were calls for McDermott's head in the first 15 minutes of that game. And then Josh Allen was Josh Allen week 1. Jimmy Cook, welcome to America. Everyone knows Jimmy Cook now. Everyone knows Jimmy Cook now. Every fantasy league, everyone who watches football, first Thursday night game of the year. Hey, babe, you want to watch Amazon? We just started dating for like 21, 22. He's like, yeah, the Bills are playing the Dolphins. I got money on the Dolphins. They're going to be good this year. Everyone, Bills. I'm just talking like a generic fucking fan across the country. There's no ties to either team. But Josh Allen is fucking sick, though. And they go out there, and it's just this Jimmy Cook dude. And it's just fucking, a masterclass of one team saying, I am going to bully the shit out of you because I always bully the shit out of you. I never not bully the shit out of you. Ed Oliver, who's going to block him on their line? And the Von Miller's Renaissance represent. I got the shirt fucking out of the closet, back corner, balled up in a fucking ball. He's back, baby. Von Miller time. The defense is good. You notice I haven't talked at all about the offense yet, right? You notice that I haven't talked once about the offense yet. Because the Bills' defense is going to. What's that? Okay, you're right. James Cook. Besides James Cook.
SP says, I wasn't too worried about the first 15 minutes, but I also was pretty intoxicated. Defense looked weak, but they figured it out.
He wasn't. I don't think we got that bad. I mean, we always go and get the Twisteds. It's like, they sell those in an NFL game, at a Bills game, 24 ounces, 2 apiece. Want 2? Take 2. You've been tailgating for 3 or 4 hours, drinking in the parking lot. You want fucking 24-ounce Twisted Teas? And now they have it. Hey, this is new. I think new this year. They said the last couple of years, and I didn't know it, but you can actually buy a beer until the third quarter.
Oh,
which is wild.
Didn't know that.
But my realistic part about the Bills, realistic expectations haven't shifted too much, but they've started to bubble. They've started to steam a little bit. When I start seeing the other teams around the league, when Tua's in contemplating retirement, when the Jets today barely beat the Titans, like, Patriots might end up being the hardest one to beat in the division.
Maybe.
I doubt it. But I gave hope today the fact that the Bengals and the Ravens are 0-2 and the Steelers are 2-0. And what the fuck? Why not? The Cardinals are actually a good team. And when we went to the game, those first 10 minutes don't mean shit in a 18-week season, 17 games to make it to the fucking tournament. You want to fucking go in and like, oh, feel good right in the beginning, and you're just like, we're sitting there like, fuck, we're gonna be, oh no, we suck again. It's the old Rob Schneider fucking water boy line. Oh great, we suck again. Like, and then boom, boom, Josh Allen goes out there, scores 4 touchdowns week 1, MVP.
Yep.
You get a light day there in Miami on a short week with a fucked up hand.
All right.
On
So
that note, should we end the football and we'll say you said at the beginning of the episode who you got winning the bowl? We'll update it right now. Just the bowl, just the 2 teams. Who is playing? Who wins the game? You
who's
go.
in the bowl?
Yeah, who's in the bowl and who wins it after week 2?
If I had to pick right now, because of the preparedness, I would have to go with the Bills versus the high flowing offense of the Saints.
I was gonna go similar there too as well. I was leaning Saints. Who wins? Who wins it then? It's in New Orleans.
I think at
In
that
New Orleans.
point, the Saints will pull it out.
Yeah, I mean it's a home game, but the Bills fans would travel like crazy, and the videos coming out of Bourbon Street
Game,
would
yeah.
be fucking unbelievable. Oh, here we go. DJ Moore.
I don't need him to do.
Moore.
I don't need him to do.
That's a
Dick.
first down. DJ Moore. We still want Chicago to win the game. Let's see. I think at this current stage, who looks really fucking good is the Arizona Cardinals. That's
Okay.
a team that I think could fucking come out of the NFC.
Okay.
That looks, frisky enough, and if their offense stays the way it is, they're gonna beat up on a lot of bad teams, bad defenses with their offense if it stays healthy. Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna get going. Obviously, this is not real, but the Arizona Cardinals, to me, I don't. When's the last time they made it with Kurt Warner and fucking Larry Fitzgerald? I was looking for the least viewed Super Bowl. It would be the Arizona Cardinals, and you know what? Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers in the ultimate fucking rematch of that Super Bowl. That's what it means to go week 2 predictions. The 2-0 Steelers and the Cardinals that have beaten and almost beat the second best team in the AFC, who's the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals.
SP says it's still going to be the Niners and the Bills.
Niners, Bills. The Berman prediction that has still never been. Chris Berman would pick it every single year. And I could be. The Niners were banged up though, dude. Bosa went down.
SP, thanks for tuning in. He's leaving, so thanks for tuning in, SP.
Thanks for tuning in, buddy. We're gonna go to UFC. We'll wrap up our UFC college football. We've already gone for what, hour and a half? Damn.
Yeah, that 2 teams in 32 minutes is really going well.
2 teams, 32 minutes. We did it. All right. Hit us with the UFC. I'll close this out with a little college foosball or pack up a freshie.
So I just want to talk about how much.
You can't see this.
Okay. I just want to talk about how much of a flop the fucking Sphere actually was.
Why was it such a flop?
Were the visuals stunning? Yes, but they did not translate through the screen. If you were there, I'm sure it was amazing. Jesus fuck, dude.
Sorry. Is that probably pretty loud?
Yes, it was very loud. But yeah, so the visuals were stunning. Unless you were there, I don't think it would actually. It doesn't translate very well. Some of them were kind of not to the quality that I thought it was going to be. They were like anime fucking cartoons that were just half done. I don't know. It was weird. For the hype that they brought it about I think that it could have been a lot fucking better. The The sphere in itself is stunning. I'll give them that. Some of the things that they were doing were cool. The full projection of a fucking 90-foot fighter for the tail of the tape was pretty dope. Um, but all in all, it was Mexican night. Didn't understand why Mexican night wasn't in Mexico.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, I don't
That's
understand.
not Dutch.
And then, I mean, like all of the Mexicans damn near lost. So I'll run down the last three.
The Mexicans damn near lost.
I'll run down the last three fights because that's what most of the people fucking care about.
There we
Uh,
go.
Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega. Uh,
Diego Luna.
Very good fight. I knew Diego Lopez was going to go in there and just rip him apart, but
I'm still here. Keep talking.
Brian Ortega's sneaky and he can pull out a fucking choke out of nowhere. So it was a fight. Diego
Okay.
Lopez ended up with the win. He had several knockdowns versus Ortega, and Ortega just couldn't match the speed of Diego Lopez. He did get him with an up kick that kind of messed with his neck, it seems like, because he was going after his neck a lot. Which is
Okay.
like he was
Yep.
just flicking at it, which was weird. But all in all, Diego Lopez, I think he's fighting for the title next, and he's a real fucking problem. Ilya Takura is the man right now, and he probably will still be the man after October. But I don't know, this fucking dude is legit. Then we go into Valentina Shevchenko and Alexa Grasso. This is the trilogy fight, and I don't know what happened to Valentina Shevchenko in the last fight or the last two fights. The first fight, she got choked out by Grasso, losing her belt. The second fight was a draw, which, what the fuck for a belt. And then this third fight was
Draw for a belt. I
yeah,
hate when that shit happens.
it shouldn't happen.
That's no, it shouldn't. I mean, draw goes to the winner every time, but it should be on a tiebreaker that's fair for either opponent, like a fan vote. For
Listen,
fuck's sake.
all I'm saying is there's 5 rounds, there's 3 judges. There's no way that there should be a fucking draw. But so we've got Alexa Grasso versus Shevchenko, and Shevchenko did what she's fucking does. She's Shevchenko. She brought her to the mat. She rode her for 5 fucking rounds. Done deal. Fucking Grasso had no fucking answer to. She tried to throw up some chokes, but Shevchenko was wise to it. And
This was the draw.
no, this was what happened
Oh,
last
okay.
night. The draw was before.
Okay.
Last night was the trilogy fight to finally settle the draw, which
Okay.
I think I've always felt that Grasso was lucky in the first one. She wrapped up a choke, and in the second one, she was lucky by the refs or the judges
Mhm.
because Shevchenko showed enough to win that fight, and Shevchenko did more than enough to show that she dominated this fight. So that's over. Shevchenko's a champion again.
Good for her. Good
The
for her.
Mexican lost in Mexican night. So there you go. And then the main event on Mexico night doesn't involve any Mexicans. So we have Sean O'Malley.
No, it's a British dude, right? Yeah.
Sean O'Malley, which is American, versus Merab Divashali, who's I think he's Polish.
Or no, Sean O'Malley's American.
Yeah,
Oh wow, I should probably take a shot for that.
probably.
Sugar Sean O'Malley. I thought he was British.
No, you're probably thinking of Patty Pimblett, who's
I'm
British.
thinking of Patty Pimblett. Fucking A. I'm banking it. I'm banking it like you banked it.
All right. So Sugar Sean O'Malley. So bad fight for Sugar Sean. Bad fight.
Sugar.
But
No honey.
so
He's
the
your boy too. He was your
I-
boy.
I do
Champ.
I do think that this will be a rematch at some point, but I think Sean has to go back and prove himself again. But
Yeah.
let's talk about this fight. Sugar Sean O'Malley comes out of the gate like a bullet. going right after Marab, immediately putting Marab on his back foot, which is what you need to do with Marab because he goes forward and he goes forward for 5 fucking rounds and he will take you down. But if you put
Yeah.
him on the back foot, the chance of takedown is less.
So he's
Oh,
a big takedown artist.
100%.
Yeah.
Within, I think it's the first 30 seconds of the match gets timed out by Herb Dean because Marab is yelling at O'Malley's corner.
Hmm.
So,
Interesting.
so
Herb Dean. And why is it always Herb Dean that's in these like big,
I've we've got more
controversies?
we've got more to talk about with Herb Dean in this fight. So, it gets timed out. He talks to Marab. He talks to the corner. He says, "Knock it off. Let me ref. You do your fucking job. Whatever." But O'Malley came out of the gate like a fucking bullet train and was keeping him on his back foot. The break happens. I don't know what happened, but then O'Malley starts going backwards. And once you start going backwards, you're easy to take down.
Yeah.
And O'Malley is, I'm sorry, but he's not the best at getting back up.
No.
So Marab pretty much just controlled O'Malley for the entirety of the fight. Just took him down. O'Malley would get a couple good shots in and then get taken down. O'Malley was swinging for the fences every fucking shot. So much so that he would swing, miss, and be in a double leg for Marab just to take him down because he missed so bad.
That's oof.
He needed to
Unlike him.
he needed to calm the fuck down and he needed to piece him up like he does everybody fucking else. But within the first 2 minutes, he was on the ground with Marab, and he was there the entirety of the first round. So what happened after that? I don't know whether he got gassed because he's not used to wrestling. I don't know what happened. But since after the first round, he was flat footed. Now
Wow.
we come to the fourth and fifth round, the championship rounds.
Championship rounds. That's why they call them that. This is where they're made. It's where they're won. It's why they're extended.
So I am not a Marab fan. I am an O'Malley fan. Marab takes O'Malley down, and he's landing some body shots. Herb Dean, at the middle of the fourth round, starts telling both fighters that they need to work. While Marab is on top, punching him in the stomach. And I'm just looking at my wife like, what the fuck's going on? Why are we talking about this?
He's
Then
trying to stop the fight.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he said that everybody needs to work. You need to keep working, keep working. I don't know if he thought O'Malley was just laying there. I don't know if he thought Marab was just stalling. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking.
He
But
was bored.
but then we get to the fifth round. Marab is now 4-0 in rounds. He is up 4-0. He basically has to run around the perimeter of the octagon and not get clipped, and he wins the fucking belt. So what does he do? He gets on his bicycle and he starts running around the ring so that he doesn't get clipped.
Yep.
Herb Dean starts stepping in and saying, "You got to work, you got to work, you got to work."
He wanted the fight of the night.
I
Probably
don't
gets paid extra.
I don't fucking think that he is, in all intensive purposes, at that point, you are coaching both fighters. If you
Yeah.
think like they have a game plan, they just sat in their corner for a minute and a half during rounds for their coaches to tell them what
Mhm.
they need to do
Yeah.
to get
You
this
don't
victory.
need the referee to tell them. Yeah.
Yeah, Marab knows that he needs to dodge and fucking just evade, evade, evade. O'Malley knows that he needs to go out there and get a fucking knockout. Whether they do it or not is on the fighter, not the fucking ref. I love Herb Dean. Love him. Think he's one of the best fucking refs out there.
He's a legend.
He fucked up this time. Fucked it up. I think
Wow.
I think he
Definitely a motorcycle gang going down the 90 right now. You know, that one.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he made a bad call during that fight. I think he was
Thunder.
trying to coach both fighters. Um, all in all, bad fight for O'Malley. He did not seem like himself. I don't know what else to say. I think he needs to go back and fight somebody to prove that he is championship material, because after that loss, it looks real bad. Looks real bad.
So it was that convincing though that he had lost the match, obviously. And as a champion, go to a decision, you still don't get a rematch automatically. It's not like he got knocked out.
He didn't get knocked out, but he got controlled so much that he might as well have.
Yeah. That
He
was
was
so boring that he didn't get, no one got knocked out.
wasn't
Yeah.
boring. Wasn't boring. Well, it. I mean, you would have thought it was boring because there was no fighting.
I would have thought it was boring.
I thought it was a very good match, and Marab did exactly what he needed to do. I just think if I'm Dana, and with his past record of what he does for matchmaking, that doesn't deserve a rematch unless he goes back and proves himself again.
Okay, to somebody else, and he will.
Yeah, he
So
needs to.
Marab will fight somebody else. He'll fight another guy, and then they'll fight the rematch.
Let's fucking face it. He lost to the number one contender. So O'Malley is now number one. Marab is champion. They just flopped. He is still at the top of the bracket. But now you need to go face number two. If you beat number two, then you can go face the champion again. Or you need to beat number three while number two takes a crack at the belt.
Yeah, I was gonna say number 2 or 3 might take a crack at the belt. They'd
Yeah.
have 1 or 2, and then give or have the easy title defense with the 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think they would rather do that, and then have O'Malley fight another up and comer, even a 4 or 5.
Yeah. And if he
Just draw it out.
but if he goes to 4-5, he needs a fucking commanding victory.
Yeah, that's
So
true. I mean, they would probably have him matched up with someone
if he
closer.
goes if he goes 2-3, if he wins, he's got the belt. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how. If you win, you get the belt. 4, 5, 6, you need a commanding victory. That's how the game works. Or if
Yeah,
you want to take 4, 5, 6, then you need to take 5, 6 and beat them both, and then you got the belt.
that's gonna be interesting. I mean, I'm rooting for him. I like Sugar Sean. A lot of
I love
people do.
Sean, but he
He
needs
got handled.
I think he needs to fight before the end of the year. I think he can get on the December card.
What time was the fight, by the way? When was the main event?
It didn't start off till like 1:10.
Yeah, I called it.
Yeah.
I said 1 a.m. I was actually under.
But but yeah, so the Spear I think was a
Sphere's
disappointment,
a disappointment. O'Malley losing was a disappointment.
and Grasso losing was it was well known that that was going to happen.
Nico Collins just had another great catch. By the
Awesome.
way, just a quick update on the fantasy side of things. Khalil Herbert had a touchdown running back for the Bears. It's currently 10-3. Houston driving. Nico Collins, crazy catch at the sidelines. I don't think he got his second foot down when he controlled it. That might be out of bounds, buddy. Oh, if he controlled it there, he got 2. That's a crazy one. That one's that gotta bring in SP. If he was still on here, he can give it. Oh, they called it. They're not gonna review it.
So you got
Not gonna review it. Wow.
all right. So you got 12 minutes to do the Johnny Anchors recap on college football.
Oh, I can do it in
Did you just what happened? You still there?
what? You see me?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
You
still here.
all right? You froze, and then I couldn't hear
Hello.
you for a second. Can you hear me?
Can you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you. And you're gone. This is awesome. What's going on, man?
So I gotta exit and go back in again. Same as last time. Something's happening.
All right. So we will
Can you
be.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So we will be right back with Johnny
All right.
Anchors recapped on college football as soon as he figures out his own shit. I'm gonna start telling my friends that they just need to log in. I don't care if they listen or not, so that I can do these campaigns and make some fucking money. The fuck? Can't even get somebody to log in on this shit. SP was in here almost the entire time. I don't know who's in here now, but somebody's in here for the entire time. There's one person watching. Thank you, one person. Johnny Anker's fucking phone died or something because, doesn't know how to charge it. This is fun. Looks like Johnny Anker's phone isn't going to let him join back up. So I will have him post his college, Johnny Anker's recap for college football on his Twitter page. And we shall be done for today. That is what we are calling for the NFL Week 2. I have the Saints and the Bills in the Super Bowl. SP has the 49ers and the Bills. And what did Johnny Akers have? Pittsburgh Steelers, Arizona Cardinals, I think he had for the Super Bowl on week 2. Thanks for tuning in. That has been Mortal Sportsman. I'm BJFF. If you watched earlier, that was Johnny Anchors with SP in the chat. Everybody have a good evening. Cheers. Peace.